Hello, and to start this process for making sauerkraut, I cleaned up the cabbage and quartered it, got it ready, and about 8 pound in here, and you need 3.5 tablespoons of canning salt for every 5 pounds. So we'll need, maybe 5 tablespoons for this small batch. So got my slaw board out here. This is from the patent date's 1895. It's double blade. I shred mine right into the sink. All right, there's the cabbage shredded, and we're going to use salt for pickling and preserving. You're not to use table salt for this, the iodine and stuff. And I need about 5 tablespoons with this. And I just get close. It always works out. There's 4 and 5. And then just mix your salt all through. We don't get sauerkraut at the store. We make it right here at the house. So much better flavor. But now what you do is I'll leave this stand for a while until it starts to wilt, and depending on temperature and humidity and all that. But it could sit here in the sink up to an hour actually. So we'll get back to it. All right, it's wilted down pretty good here. Mix her up again a little bit. I'm using Ball half-gallon jars. We like to put ours in half-gallon jars. We also can pork in a quart jar. So what we do is in a pot you put a quart jar of the pork and a half-gallon jar of the sauerkraut. And it makes for a good meal. Make some mashed potatoes with that. Okay, we got cabbage all put into the jars, and then just fill the jar with water over top of your cabbage and cap them. And now what will happen, this will go down in the basement. I have a pan I set this on, and it'll start to work down there. And I always put it in a pan because it'll push some of that brine out of the top, but you keep checking on it and keep your brine up so the cabbage is covered. In 6 to 8 weeks it's fermented, and then you don't have to can it, but we always can it. So I'll bring it up and make sure my brine and everything's all right on it, and we'll put a new flat on there and cap them. And I can these for 30 minutes in a water bath canner. And I've never had any trouble with it. I know a lot of people say you can't can in half-gallon jars, but we always do our sauerkraut in that. So from 8-pound head of cabbage, we come up with 1.5 gallons of sauerkraut. And it's just that easy. Clean your cabbage up, shred it, let it wilt, mix your salt in there, and you'll let it wilt, you know. It's 3.5 tablespoons of canning salt to every 5 pounds of cabbage, so you have to weigh your cabbage out. And you just load up your jars, cover it with water, put it in a cool, dark place, 6 to 8 weeks. So this is the beginning of August, so mid-September, between mid-September and the end of September, this will be ready to be canned. And we also do it in crocks. So whenever I do a batch of that, I'll show you how to do that.